Alright, here we are on number 1 at Hidden Springs, newest disc golf course in South Mississippi. It's kind of a long one to start out. That's it right there. It's going to play well over 300 feet, slightly uphill. We're hoping to get these stumps cleaned out before too long. But you could play a big hyzer, take this gap out of play right off the bat, but it don't line up very good to the basket because there's another big oak tree that's guarding that route. So really you want to go just right up the middle. Okay, we're up on the green now. As you can see, we've got a nice 20-25 foot circle around the basket to putt. Nothing will hinder you from knocking down that birdie putt or your par putt unless you get a little squirrely. We're looking back toward the tee now, and you'll see that this is a theme for the course. The baskets are all pretty much in the shade or very near the shade with a nice open putting circle. Really excited about what this course has to offer. Number 2 is a low ceiling skip hyzer shot. As you can see, we're bordering the woods here on the left. And the basket goes down and is tucked around to the left in the corner. And there it is. It's in a real pretty little green space down there. You've got room to putt on all sides. Well guarded. If you go in early, it could be trouble. Those woods are pretty thick. And if you skip too late, there's some trees back here to hold you up. It's up on a mound too. Looking back toward the tee. Okay, this is number 4. You got to play up over this little small ridge, which always makes the shot tricky. You can't quite see your target, and you got to go up over something, but then get it to drop. The basket is, like, you can see the top of it right there. It's pretty much directly in line with my car. That's the yellow top, or white top you can see. There we go, we get on my tippy toes. Yep. It's kind of a straight shot if you go over that ridge, but it shapes up better for a forehand going right through this gap. It's not too many trees hindering the left to right path, but you could force the backhand and try to go straight at it if you want. But you've got some options. Okay, we're down on the green now. Got a couple trees somewhat near the basket, but nothing that you couldn't straddle around. Again, you've got a nice clean green to putt on. Plenty of room to sink your putt. And again, this is going to be the short pin, so we've got a little bit of room to push it back a little further for our long pin back here. And that wouldn't interfere with hole 1 too bad. And this is looking back toward the tee, up over that little hillside. This is number 4. It's pretty much a straight shot. There's going to be a mando on these trees right here, making you go to the left to protect the hole that's directly to the right of it over there. Going to have to do that for safety issues. But that's pretty much the shot you want to throw anyway. Right down these trees, over this little bush, to the basket right there. Should be nice and easy birdie. Number 4. We're now down here on number 4's basket, looking at the green. You see it's nice and shaded. We've got lots of trees around it, but a beautiful circle to putt. Nothing should hinder your 25-foot putt. And this is the short pin. The beautiful part about this course is we're going to have multiple pin locations as well. So eventually we'll have another one back here pushing this gravel road, which would be out of bounds, and bringing it into play even more. The goal is to have 2 tees and 2 baskets per hole. So we got plenty of room to stretch it out a little bit more. looking back at the tee. Alright, this is number 5. This is pretty much the ace run for the course. Straight putter, maybe 200 foot. This gravel road on the left will be out of bounds, and it's not too far, so if you hyzer out, you'll likely find that out of bounds area. But if you can keep it straight, this should be an easy birdie, maybe even an ace. Well, not much to show down here on the green, but it is pretty close to the road. That's about it. You've got 20 feet maybe to the out of bounds. Alright, this is number 6's tee. Not a very long one, but fairly tricky. Got some trees to contend with. Looks like the preferred path is through there with a forehand that breaks right, but you could bust a backhand right through there as well if you miss this little bushy stuff. We'd call this one the sycamore hole. Got beautiful sycamore trees all up and down it. You can see by that white and tan bark. This will be cool. It's got a fun green, as you'll see in a minute when I get down there. Okay, we're down on the green now, looking back at the tee. See, you got a lot of space around the basket, but as you go down the fairway back toward the tee, there are definitely some trees you're going to have to miss, especially from the pro tee. Pro tee is going to be shooting from up there through a small little gap. This basket sits up on a ridge. You can't quite tell because I'm up here, but I'll go down in a second and you'll see. You'll have quite an uphill putt if you don't land it up here on the top. It slopes down on all sides, and this is the Bogachita River back here. So if you have a really terrible approach, you'll likely get caught by all these weeds and things, but the river does lurk down there. A terrible kick could have you swimming. But let's take a walk down and see what it looks like looking back up. Oh yeah, you've got a good 12-15 foot of elevation you got to climb when you get down here. Hopefully your shots land up there, but it is a pretty small ridge. You will likely end up having to make this putt sooner or later. Okay, we're on the tee box of the Bad Mama Jamma here at Hidden Springs RV Park. This is number 7. Got quite a few trees to traverse, and the basket is way down there. It's on a nice, somewhat elevated green, well protected, fast on 3 sides. And you got quite a gap to contend with right off the bat. I think the preferred path is a forehand right through here when we raise this ceiling up a little bit, because that opens up drastically on that left side, allowing for a forehand approach, whereas if you try to go down this right side, you got trees, trees, and more trees all the way to the bucket. This is going to be a tough 3. Hole number 7. Alright, this is the pro tee for number 7. Pretty excited about this one. We're up on this ridge, as you can see. It's about a 15-foot drop-off down beneath. But the fairway is down low. So you'll be up high, needing to keep your shot low on down through this corridor. It's going to play like a par 4. Let's see if we can get a glimpse of the bucket. Yeah, there it is. Way up there. It's got to be close to 450, maybe even 500 foot. With lots of trees. A gap you got to hit right off the bat, but shouldn't be a problem. Gonna be a beautiful hole. It's the pro tee number 7. We're looking back at the tee now. Let's see, it's quite a hindered fairway. You're gonna have to navigate quite a few trees. If you play a big left to right though, it's the best shot. As you can see, you got quite a bit of open space coming up into the green. And here's a really cool feature about this hole. The green is almost elevated, or it is somewhat elevated all the way around. As you can see, there's a little drop off all the way around here until you get up to the road level, which is where the green is. Pretty cool. Will definitely make for your approach shots to be touchy. This is hole 8. It's going to be one of the only shots that you can really grip and rip it. There's a few trees down there in the way, little skinny ones, but off the bat, you got nothing but air and opportunity. Basket sits back in there. Was flirting with the idea of calling it a par 4, but I don't know, it's really not long enough. Which again, that'll be the short pin, and this is the short tee, so from the pro tee we'll call it a par 4 for sure. But from here it'll just be a long, harder to get birdie than the rest of the course. That's hole 8. Alright, down on the green, looking back toward the tee, you can see that there's quite a bit of debris still down on the ground around here. I think they've had some storm damage in the last couple of years, but the park staff has really gotten ahead of cleaning it up. I see them out here on the tractor every time I come. This is where the back 9 is going to go as I turn around from the hole. You can see it's going to take some work, take quite a bit of cleaning up. But the manager seems willing to do it. It's got a great staff that works hard out here. I don't think it'll take us much time and we'll get the job accomplished. But for now we're focused on this front 9, and this is hole 8's green. Hopefully we'll get this cleaned up soon. As you can see just past this area, they were out there bush hogging the fairways today out in the field. There's a few trees that will guard the basket as you approach it, but shouldn't be a problem to get a 3 for sure. It will be a very hard 2 though, very hard 2. Hole 8. Okay, this is number 9 from the amateur tee. I'm going to shoot this gap with a forehand, get it to pull over to the left, and then finish back to the right. The basket was right up there around that corner. It will be a pretty tight, low ceiling shot. It's going to be a pretty hole. Great finishing hole here at Hidden Springs. All right, we're looking back toward the tee here on 9. You can see the basket is well guarded. Going to have to throw a pretty spectacular shot to get all the way to the bucket. Tee is back through those trees. And for the pro tee, we're going to try to get something cut through there. It's going to be incredible. Your fairway is going to be the creek basically, and this gorge here in front of you. Your shot will have to climb to get all the way to the top of this thing. It's pretty high up from where you'll be back there. As you can see, it's a pretty far drop off. We'll have to rig a rope to get back up. But it could be one of the coolest finishing holes in disc golf. Right through there is where I envision the tee box. A little trimming shouldn't be too hard to accomplish. And again, that'll be from the pro tee only. The am tee will be playing along this gorge back through these trees. You'll throw a forehand flex shot out over this road that I'm on now. Hope to miss these trees, stay low enough to miss the limbs, and sneak in there to the bucket. And then we've got room back there for another long pin. It's going to make it really incredible. Got a view of the cabins back there. There's 3 cabins here at Hidden Springs RV Resort. Take a quick look at this creek again, which you could be potentially throwing down. Man, I'm really excited about that. And we'll take one last look around the park before we shut this video down. I thank you all for watching, your interest in this new disc golf course here in Tylertown, Mississippi. Hope to have you over here to play it sometime very soon. From Largemouth Disc Golf Productions, I'm Tony Bass. Have a great day.